All right, appreciate you guys being here today. We are joined with Mr. Brent Jeffries, the Vice President of Bierer Meters and the founder of the Electrical Culture of Safety. Brent is passionate about changing how we talk about safety in the electrical industry and goes over everything from the products they offer to what he's doing behind the scenes to help bring things to the forefront and pass on knowledge. It's an amazing conversation you're not going to want to miss. Let's talk about it. You're listening to PowerGridTalks, from the bucket trucks to the boardrooms. I'm your host, Tom Williamson, a journeyman lineman with over 15 years in the trade. Here we bring you real stories and real conversations from the field to the executive suites of the electric utility world. It's about the people who keep the power flowing and the grid strong. Let's get to work. All right, so today we're sitting here with Brent Jeffries. How are we doing today, Brent?
Doing great, Thomas.
I appreciate you making the time to talk to me.
Making the time. You drove all the way over here, man, from Albany. What the heck?
How was Thanksgiving for you?
Awesome.
Yeah?
It was incredible. A lot of family time, downtime, chill time.
Yeah, that's the important part, right?
Right.
Brent is involved with Bierer Meters and ECOS, so we're here today to kind of talk to him about his involvement in the industry. So let's start with your background. How did you get into the trade?
So about 13 years ago, my folks came to me. I lived in Arizona for all my life, basically, and they came to me and said, "Hey, Brent, we want you to sell your company." And after about 27 years, my wife and I ran it, and very successful in Arizona. And I decided I was going to Northern Arizona University in Flagstaff studying electrical engineering.
Okay.
And after about 3 years, I decided to quit college and work with my hands and be outside. So I started at that company in Arizona, and they came to me and said, "Hey, we want you to help us. Our company's growing, Bierer Meters." And I was like, well, after 27 years, that would be awesome. Be a nice change, kind of get back into electricity, get where I started, my roots started with electricity in the engineering program, and then sold, and I started working with them going on 11 years now, 2014. Gosh, maybe it's going on to 12. But 2014, I started with them, and been here ever since, vice president, field operations, and now also safety instructor.
So I love that. Some of the parts that I love, the one thing you said is, oh gosh, maybe it's been 12 years. When you enjoy what you're doing, it goes by so fast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can tell you are enjoying it and having fun with it. When that conversation happened with you and your wife, was it oh my gosh, what are we going to do? Because your world got flipped upside down, right?
It did. But, we were super successful. We had a very large commercial landscape company.
Okay.
We would do large HOAs, no individual homeowners. So I was good with people, taking care of people and making them happy and giving them a product. And part of that product was communication and caring about your customers. And trained my guys. They were the best guys. And Mr. Brian Herlacher with Chicago Bears, linebacker, him and his buddy from New Mexico, as little kids, they always wanted to buy a company and run it together. So they came to me and they said, "Hey, we like what we see," and they bought it. And
no kidding. That is such a cool
story.
story.
Crazy?
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I've been a Bears fan forever.
Really?
Yeah, I know. There's like 4 of us out there. But when I was growing up, it was the Walter Payton days, right? So that's just what we watched. So yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
You shifted gears, took a new opportunity,
and
jumped in full force. How was that transition?
So that was a pretty wild transition, because it's like you're saying here, total flip the coin. It's just a whole different industry, obviously. And the challenges that I had was to rearrange my mindset. And I had to, my vernacular, vocabulary and all that, I had to learn a language. Like in Arizona, I learned Spanish. Mm-hmm. You got to learn Spanish in order to get those guys working good and communicate and make sure they're happy. So I had to learn electrical contracting. I had to learn lineman talk. I had to learn a completely different mindset as far as the electrical utility industry. And so after about a couple years, I was learning the weaknesses and the strengths of Bierer meters, and I noticed that we were a little weak. Tools were great, but we were a little weak on training and communicating. And so I came to the folks and I said, look, it was 2016. I said, I'm going to take the truck and our 40-foot show demonstration trailer, and I want to travel the country. And I'm not going to sell our tools. What I want to do is train with our tools, and I want to do it in a non-biased manner using our tools. So regardless if they're using our tools or another manufacturer's tools of phasing meters and voltage detectors or whatever, they're going to receive a valuable benefit, and they're going to learn something. And I said, let me try it for 6 months. And if the industry likes it and they embrace it, then I'm going to just continue doing the training. And at the end of 2016, I couldn't get off the road. There was so much training going on and so much demand. It was just like everywhere. So that's where I learned the language, because I was forced, and I wanted to. I wanted the challenge. I wanted to go to them. I wanted to go to the customers. I wanted to get inside those walls, those service centers, the districts. I wanted to get inside them, and I want to learn from them. As much as I was training them, they didn't really realize it, but they were flat training me just the same. And I just soaked it up. And it's been amazing.
And it is a culture change. It's a totally different conversation whenever you're talking to the people in the offices at those places versus the people in the field that are using your equipment, right?
Right.
And it's funny that you mentioned that, because that's actually the first thing that came to my mind when I saw your guys' setup at the expo at the International Lineman's Rodeo.
Yeah.
I saw your guys' booth set up, and I remembered the training that you guys provided to a utility whenever I worked there. And that's what drew me to this conversation, is because I feel like that training is so important. You're not just sticking equipment out there and saying, hey, go figure it out. There's a YouTube video somewhere, right? So that definitely worked, and they adopted it, obviously, right?
Right.
So they still do that to this day?
Yeah, so I had a detached retina a couple of years ago. So my on-the-road driving and training with the trailer, that has ceased, because commercially you can't drive with one good eye. So what I do now, and it's been a blessing in disguise, actually. What I do now is I actually go out and I do more training, bigger conferences, statewide, things like that, NECA, NRECA, incident prevention, a lot of statewide, and now I'm reaching more people, a lot of higher ups, all the way down to the groundmen with this new training that I do indoors, and we can talk about this later on, where we actually get on some live line with our tools and we bring it outdoors, and we practice everything we learned indoors, and that's been fun. That's been amazing, and I'm home a little more often. So that's a plus.
The family likes that part, I'm sure.
They love it.
Yeah. So when that transition was happening and you had the detached retina, what was going through your mind at that point? Did you think, oh my gosh, how am I going to get through this, or what's going to change, or do you just take it day by day and it just developed?
Yeah, I'm kind of a chill person.
Yeah.
I learned a long time ago, ebb and flow of the tides, right? And it's like whatever happens, it's fate and destiny kind of thing. And so instead of fighting against the tide, I just went with it. Yeah, it's horrible to have one good eye, but it makes you appreciate that one good eye. And it also gives you a new perspective. Your other senses become stronger, and connecting with people becomes much stronger, because you as a person are humbled even more. And so through humility, you connect with people much better. So I tell you, if I had to trade it in, having two really good eyes is really awesome. But to me, it seems right now that the influence and watching people's lives change in front of me, I see it, I feel it, I hear it, is much greater now than ever before when I was driving with that big truck and trailer around the country.
And that's so awesome. That's an experience that most people go their whole lives without getting. So many people go through their lives just kind of going through the motions, and they don't ever get that feeling of helping people and seeing change. And obviously the need was there in the industry because you're busier now than you ever have been. You're getting in front of more people than you ever have been. So the conversations were needed. So like you said, fate takes over, right? That's awesome. I like that. What do you think have been some of your biggest involvements or contributions in the industry over the years at this point?
So Bierer meters, Walter Bierer, my dad, he's got 17 patents. So we have the most patents by far than all of our competitors, even if you combine them.
That's amazing.
So it's incredible what he has created here, and it was a no-brainer to want to come here and be part of what he's doing. But what's really cool, and this was worth all the time away from my family, and what was so neat is to do training in front of people, large companies. I mean, the biggest of the big down to, I'm training 2 linemen for a small municipality.
That's awesome.
So we didn't pick and choose. We just take them as they come, first serve. We don't do any number counting or nothing like that. But what's amazing is, to me, is I have seen multiple statewide work methods change. I mean, statewide. I've seen large investor-owned utilities change their best practices, and they realize that their best practices weren't the best practices. Yeah. And, testing their temporary protective grounds when before they weren't. They didn't know why they weren't. Why do we need to? And going over all these processes and giving them why and the how, that the OSHA regs, the 1910.269 gives you the what, but the why and the how behind the what, and knowing that literally tens of thousands of line workers around the country are much safer today than when I first started doing this training years ago.
So you guys basically have brought more accountability to the trade, right? And the linemen that are dealing with us every day, if they don't appreciate that, they should.
Yeah.
Because accountability is what keeps them alive.
Right.
So, no, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So, over the years, and that involvement and that passion has also led to the development of the ECOS, right? Mm-hmm. So, let's talk about that for a minute. So, electrical culture of safety. How did that come about? What's it all about?
Yeah, so about 4 years and 2 months ago, September, 4 years and 2 months ago, I was sitting in my chair, just in the office above our heads, and getting back from a big training, getting ready for another big round of training. And I was sitting there, I was somewhat frustrated. And the reason why I was frustrated is because Bierer meters were given back. We give back a lot. All the training we do is free, all around the country, coast to coast, Brownsville, Texas, into Canada, a little international now. We don't charge for it. And it's just a little frustrating to realize that other companies are not giving back. They're not giving back. They just take the industry for what it can give them. And they don't think, they count the watch, the retirement, day of retirement, and they keep watching those hour hands spin and the minute hands spin. But we got it all wrong. And you mentioned this a little bit ago. When you really love your job and like your job, you don't watch time. Time doesn't really mean much to you anymore because it's about people. And what's amazing is it's like we got to get folks to give back. And all of a sudden, this idea, literally, I was sitting in the chair, this idea just came down. I could see it but not see it. It was a weird thing. You're going to start doing national lineman safety webinars. And it's like, what? Who's going to do that? I can't get people to do that. Well, it just so happened that I was going to be speaking for the first time at an incident prevention conference, safety conference in Dallas, Texas. And some of the big people that speak and are well-known in industry, 50-plus years, Jimmy Vaughn, Mac Turner, Danny Raines, they were there. They were speaking. And it's like, man, I wish I could get in front of these folks, these major well-known people, that consultants and trainers in our industry, and give them this idea. And who am I? 4 years ago, right? Who am I? And let me try it. I was given this idea. So if I was given this idea, it's a good idea of one. Always remember that, folks. When you're given an idea, always remember you're given the idea, it's a good idea. Don't anybody ever tell you otherwise. And I went up to them with boldness and confidence and told them about this idea. And within minutes, all of them agreed to participate and share. And that was, a little over 4 years ago. All of them. There was no pushback. Mr. Alan Hare at Centerpoint Energy, he introduced me to him and said, hey, Brent. And I told Ryan Bierer, my nephew, I said, Ryan, man, if we could sit in front of those guys, because it is the end of the day and they were having a brew. If we could sit in front of those guys, that would be like a miracle kind of thing. And then Alan stands up from one side of the table and says, Brent, I just did training with Centerpoint in Indiana, Evansville. And he's like, Brent, come over here and meet these fellas. And I'm like, no way. I didn't say it.
But in your mind.
In my mind. I'm like, no way. And I sat down, gave him the idea. Ever since then, Danny Rains gave the first one in February of, 4 years ago, so 2021, right?
Okay.
2021, February 2021, gave the first one, electric system grounding. And, man, you can get these, go to electriccultureofsafety.com, and you can go to that website, that Bierer. We've got the trademark for Electric Culture of Safety. Ryan did it. Took a couple of years. But we did it. We wanted to get the trademark for it because we didn't want somebody to grab it and make money on it and profit off of it. We wanted this to be free. We wanted people to give back and participate. And so Danny, when he came to Rain Safety Solutions, his company, basically his own pocket, he paid for his trip here to South Carolina, and he gave the very first one here at our Liveline Training Center in South Carolina. So go to electricculturesafety.com, click on resources, and in about 2 weeks or so, all 84 of our episodes, every topic is completely different. It's amazing how that has happened, but I let that up to the presenter to choose a topic. But you can download these and use them as your resources, and they're no cost to ECOS. It's an amazing thing that we're doing across the country.
So what was that feeling because it started with an idea, and like you said, everything starts with an idea, right? Mm-hmm. So you get this idea, and you finally present this idea out loud in front of some pretty influential people, and they bought in.
Yeah.
That's almost like an adrenaline rush at that point, right?
Yeah.
It's like, man, I knew I was doing it right, but when someone else tells you that they agree, mm-hmm. it's just almost euphoric, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
And it's changed the industry since then. Like you said, there's how many episodes getting ready to be released?
So right now we have 64 that are public right now, electricculturesafety.com. And in about 2 more weeks, I got to go through and edit them because they're not public. I got to edit them before they are public, that every speaker has the right accolades and the right wording, so that we honor the companies that are paying for this and the people that are giving back. So I want it to be perfect. So I'm getting all their permissions to make them public. So far, everybody has wanted them public from day one anyways. And so about 2 more weeks. I got to do some traveling, do more training this week, actually. So I don't have time, but by 2 weeks from now, all 84 will be available. And we have 2 speakers come in every single month. 2. We've got Danny Rains. He's going to be coming in a couple weeks to give his third topic. He's going to talk about contractor management.
That's awesome.
So that's kind of up your alley there, Thomas. Sure. And then we've got Ken Mackin, now get this. Ken Mackin, the safety program director for all 904 cooperatives of the NRECA. He's coming, and he's coming from Oklahoma. And he's going to be speaking the power behind the unwanted, this is good, 1%.
Okay.
That's going to be tricky.
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah. So, but Ken Mackin, I did a Livewire story with him, ECOS Livewire story with him last August, and he was so impressed with what we're doing. He went to to the upper people of NRECA, and he says we got to get our logo on there. So so you can see the logo at the very top there, NRECA, and it was like lickety split, and so that announcement was in August that they're on board. So.
And that's huge, right? Because they represent a ton of people, and they're not just an organization who's acting like they're doing things behind the scenes. They're actually taking action and contributing.
They are.
Yeah, that's great. And I think our industry needs that. We need more of those people to not just hide behind a logo, but actually do some stuff and be active with it.
Yeah.
What problem in the utility or line worker world does the ECOS kind of aim to solve? What are you trying to accomplish with that?
So it's broad.
Okay.
Because if you think about you as an individual, we all have shortcomings. We all do. No one here is perfect at all. So take the fact that you are not perfect off the table and just embrace it. And that's where we're at. So no organization, no contractor, no municipality, no electric cooperative, investor-owned utility, no one has a perfect organization. The problems we face and the challenges and the hurdles that we face are multiple. So what Electric Culture of Safety, what we're doing is we're bringing in the technical skills, the training, the hard skills, but also we're focusing on the communication, the leadership skills, the soft skills, which really are missing in our industry a lot. I don't know why we're not training these soft skills to apprentices day one. And instead of going to climbing up the pole and not learning how not to gaff out, why don't we learn the soft skills of leadership? Have your apprentices do the job brief from time to time. Bring in third parties. We have so many issues coming along that we have to face. But here's the deal. We can't face them as individuals. That's what has been going on.
Yep.
Thomas, we've been facing this and try to do this without one another. And that's where Electric Culture of Safety, the motto that was given to me was, together we are changing our electric culture of safety. And that's the motto. And that's what we're doing. We're bringing our grassroots line team. We're creating and fostering a grassroots line team so that we're together. And what's amazing is that when we're together, what happens is safety is not a target. It's not a target at all. Creating a team and creating a culture and interconnectivity, that's the target. And once you do that, then the byproduct is safety.
That's it.
That's the byproduct.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And it takes everybody to buy into that, right? Mm-hmm. The companies have to understand that these safety rules are not there to discipline people with, but to help them learn and grow. And the workforce has to understand that the company's not trying to stick them with something. They're trying to get them home safely every day.
Yeah. So the safety rules and the compliance, and we were talking about this earlier, and the stop-loss control, all these things we tend to focus on, like the command and control aspect of what's been happening in the status quo for decades and decades. We've been focusing on these things, and really we're not focusing on the right thing. The right thing is each other, your people. The greatest asset that your company has is not the new bucket truck. The greatest asset is not the new technical training yard where we're learning all these skills, some underground, some overhead, and all that. That's not it at all. The thing that we're missing is connecting with one another. And then it's not that I have to do the rules. I have to keep the practices. No, it reverses. I want to.
That's it. Yeah,
I want to.
Yeah, for sure. And we should all want to, right? Companies, linemen, everybody should want to follow these best practices and these rules to make things better for everyone else around them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's it look like to get involved with ECOS? As far as either from utility, contractor, individual lineman, how do they get involved with that?
So it's real easy to get involved. You actually can get involved so easily just by going to the website. electricculturesafety.com. Just go to the website, go to resource page, boom, start using them. You're involved. What we would like to do is send some testimonials to me so we can put them on the testimonial page. There's great testimonials right now, and we'd like to get a few more. Get involved, sharing your organization's logo. Get involved, and then I just made an announcement just this morning, just a few hours ago, Thomas, before you got here. Killian Power.
Yep.
Killian Power. Tony De Lozier. He went to Mr. Brian Killian, the president and owner of the company, and said, hey, we're going to get involved. And they sent me their mission statement. They sent me their words that they use for their employees as far as the guide, their guiding. And I said, hey, I want all these, and I'm going to put it out there because you are showing yourselves as accountable. But you're setting an example for other companies to get involved like you guys are doing and to make yourselves accountable. And that's what it is. All these logos, including Killian Power as of now in Dynagrid. We just got Dynagrid about a month ago. That shows that they're accountable. They want their guys to connect. They want their company to be showcased as somebody that's working towards that connectivity and caring and investing in their people. And that demonstrates it right there.
Yep.
It's real easy.
Yep. Awesome. I love it. And hopefully that can just kind of take off like dominoes, right? Mm-hmm. Because it is so needed in this industry. A lot of I'm going to call it the older mindset that I've ran into over the years mm-hmm. is either it's just the way we've always done it or because I said so. And not only do linemen have that mindset, but some of these older companies have that same mindset. Yeah. And that mindset's dying. And it needs to die. Yeah.
Thomas, you're exactly right. It does need to die.
Yeah.
But I challenge everybody out there watching this podcast is you don't have to wait till you retire to make a change. I have seen and heard of several people within our industry that it starts with that one person. You know, don't be that one that walks away from this industry and your hands are clean. No, we got to always continue to learn, and we got to always continue to give back. And I have seen single-handedly where that one person, they would contact me, here, just an example, and they would say, Brent, I need your help. Our company, large company, we have lost our why. And I need your help so we can rediscover our why. Because you have your why in you. It's just covered up and calloused and over. So it's not that you got to find it. I don't call it that at all because you all have the gift of the why and the how. You got to rediscover it. You knew when you were young, right? You knew your how and why when you were little babies growing up. But then we become forged out of chaos. We go through things in our lives as children, and it puts a damper on who we really are meant to be. And we've got to rediscover, I call it rediscover your superhero, inside of us. Don't wait to figure this out. Make the change now. I have seen CEOs get the buy-in. I have seen companies when that upper river thought process, when you go upstream and you start bringing that upper river, then you're not reactive, you're proactive. And man, we need more of the higher ups. We need the white collars, we need the brass. We need these folks to get the buy-in. And I have seen folks that they listen to one of my speeches, safety speeches, leadership skills and all that. And I've seen folks that denounce it. Oh, this isn't necessary. There's no relevance. Seriously, no relevance in connecting. Seriously, wow. Thomas, I have gotten that, man.
That's scary.
It's spooky, but the thought process, like you said, it has to die. But you don't have to wait until you physically die to make it die.
Exactly.
It's a choice, and we got to make new choices because our SIFs, to me, have actually gone up this year instead of staying level. And it's like people are dying. And the reason why people are dying, our industry, the people are within us, our loved ones, our family members, our friends, we're burying them in the dirt. The reason why is because they're dying is because we're not allowing that status quo and that older mindset. We're not allowing that to die within ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah. And I look at it like this. Life, you mentioned, callous. Life almost beats the passion out of people, right? You hit that brick wall and you hit challenges so often that the majority of people just kind of quit trying and they just conform to whatever they're around. So they become a part of whatever system they're in instead of making that system better. And I really think we need more people to find their passion and figure out, hey, it's okay if I speak up. It's okay if I mention how I really feel about XYZ. Do it respectively. Yeah. Do it the right way. But if we don't have those conversations, we're not going to get the change we need, right?
100%.
I think ECOS does a great job at that and bringing that to the forefront, and that's a great mentality to get behind. As far as beer meters, we obviously understand that the ECOS is a big part of that mindset behind them. What stands out other than that ECOS aspect? When you think of beer meters, what stands out for you?
Well, our products. Walter Bierer, my brother Joe Bierer, his wife, she works here. Ryan Bierer, my nephew, he works here. His wife works here, Hannah Bierer. And even Louis, their two-year-old son, he's starting to learn how to work and shred papers and stuff. So anyways, he's not on the payroll yet, but he's learning. But what stands out is basically right here, family owned and operated since 1987. And we are. And all of our products are made right here in South Carolina, made in the USA, and we pride ourselves in that. But what stands out a lot, not only our products, but we've got the best team in the world, and that's our people. We have the very best team, and our production manager, plant manager, and purchasing, our customer service, our grounding department, repair department. Oh my gosh. It's really cool when we go to the International Lineman's Rodeo, for instance, the Utility Expo, or these other safety conferences statewide. And it's so cool where people come up to our booth and we'll be talking with somebody about a particular tool. And then somebody that uses that same tool will come up. They'll see us handling it and talking. They'll come up and talk to the gentleman or the lady that we're talking to about a particular tool. Oh, you got to get this. Oh, it is the best. Oh, their customer service. Oh, these folks are wonderful. And it's like, what the heck? And they're not even on our payroll. And so it is so heartwarming. When I started here in 2014, I went to the first conference, what was it called in Louisville?
The Utility Expo?
Yeah, it was called something else.
Okay.
It? But anyways, I don't know. Anyways, when I got there, it was 2014. It was strange how hardly really anybody in the industry knew about us. There was. But now in this last year, 2025, oh my gosh. We can't keep people away from our booth. It is almost overwhelming. We had Joe there, me there, Ryan there, and it was all we could do is to stand up all day long and talking to everybody. And it was just such like family and heartwarming, and we create relationships. So we sell tools, but we really create relationships. And my brother goes out and he trains safety, he trains the tools. We'll go field training. We go on site. Ryan Bierer, I think he told me yesterday, we had lunch with Dad and Mom. He told me yesterday he's been on the road at least 1 or 2 days a week since September doing training. And he's gone up to North Carolina to do a municipality up there today. And actually tomorrow, sorry. But all of our support that we do is just amazing. What we offer, our services.
And I think it's a testimony to the culture you guys have created, right? Like you said, the family is involved. Mm-hmm. You live it every day. There's not someone else coming in and doing all the things and the family's on a yacht somewhere having tea, right? That's not how it works. If you want to make a difference and you want to create that culture, you have to put in the work every day. And if you do that, the people are drawn to that like a flame. It's amazing because that culture is so absent in our industry that when people see it, it's like it's like a new toy.
Yeah.
It's like they're just drawn to it. It's crazy. Yeah. I like that. And I think you guys do a great job at incorporating that. And if it's not a motto on paper, it's a motto behind the scenes. You know what I mean? So now the industry, it's been evolving pretty fast. We've got smart devices and underground expansion all over the place. The complexity of these storm events has completely changed. What do you think has changed the most since 2014 when you got on board?
Sophistication. I've seen what's been cool. Being this as a witness and a testimony is sharing with our tools. A lot of our tools are kind of new technology, a different mindset. Instead of using a non-contact tool to verify hot or not, which is very dangerous, ambiguous, and it creates linemen where they're not really journeyman linemen, but they're journeyman guessers.
Yeah.
Okay. Non-contact tools, I'm seeing a whole change where people are starting to get the mindset that we want to know that we know that we know. And we want to identify the proper cable. We want to identify the primary, the secondary. We want to verify that it's energized or not. We want to what's on it. Is there backfeed on it? See, non-contact tools. Is there backfeed? Is there induction? I don't really know. You're on an underbuild. What do you know? What's it telling you? Not much. Keys and a wrench can tell you a similar thing. But what we do is I've seen a change to where people just want to be more precise. And with our tools, what phase is it? Is it rolled? I don't know. I've done so much training where we've gone out and it's labeled this, and we take our reference, we take our meter probe, and it's actually rolled, and they're like freaking out. I did that at Grand Cayman several years ago, and they have an accent. So when they freaked out at Grand Cayman here and there with their accent, that was really cool. It's like they don't say whoa, wow. It's with an accent, so it's really cool. Anyways, but I see a lot of that. People want to know, and what's really neat is our customers are investing in their people and getting them safe tools, direct contact tools, precise tools, like testing your tester. I can't say the name of this very large utility, but they're just now, after decades, just now getting into their hands handheld power supplies to test their tester live in the field. Wow. Unbelievable. First time ever. And the guys are munching at the bit, and they know they have to have this in the field. And we're doing everything we can to keep up with demand. It's just amazing. But we're seeing a lot of that. Preciseness, accuracy, but the desire from the higher-ups and the safety folks mingling with the CEOs, mingling with the operations manager, sharing information. I'm seeing more and more where the safety guy is not going out there as a cop, but he's going out there as a trainer. Boots on the ground, doing training right there in the field with particular tools. So now they're being more responsible on learning the technical part of line work, and I love it.
And that's been a slow-going trend, but it is a trend. It is happening. And the change of it not being guesswork anymore, I like that you mentioned that, because line work over the years has been guesswork. It started as guesswork. You fuzzed it with a wrench. You went back and drove until you saw something that you thought was right, and then you reacted upon that. I mean, I can't tell you how many times we've opened up an underground transformer, pedestal, whatever, and vault, and there's no tags on any elbows. Yeah. You've got 12 elbows, and all the tags have fallen off.
Yep.
So now it's like, okay, which one goes where?
Yep.
And the equipment and tools that you guys are developing and that the market likes, I think, are addressing some of those things and taking that guesswork out of it. What would you say is the most requested or most popular product you guys have right now?
We have several, and they're kind of neck and neck. So our wireless digital voltage detector, the VD1000, we have 5 different versions. Those things those 5 different versions of what they do are amazing. My favorite is the X because it has a secondary position. It's super accurate on secondaries, by the way, capacitive test points too. And we have a proximity. Those are amazing. I'll tell you another tool that is crazy that we literally cannot, as soon as we build them, they actually sell, is the new ST800. It's a service tester that produces 800 amps, testing the secondaries, the integrity of your secondaries from the meter can to your source, and we can identify the secondaries if there's no labels or tags. We can identify the feed through and the feed out at the pad mount, and we can also identify our primary cables in a ditch or manhole with that same tool using a CT clamp. Energize or de-energize. So it's super versatile, and it's built with a Milwaukee battery platform, 18 volt. So huge boost there as far as using that 18 volts. So those are very popular. Our grounds tester, which Walter came up, his first tool, we can hardly keep those on the shelves. It puts true ASTM, continuous current, testing the temporary protective grounds. The power supplies, our 3 kV or our dual phase for our wireless phasing meters, and then the handheld for the single point devices are amazing. It's just pretty much everything. You could go to beermeters.com and load down our brochure, check it out. Check out the products, the product page on the homepage, and pole guards. We can't hardly keep pole guards in here at all, just because the plastic is superior to everybody else's, and it's just everything we do. Our temporary protective grounds. We have our own components. Joe spent hundreds of thousands of dollars investing in our own molds, so we got the best of everything.
I love that you're seeing that demand out there for those kinds of things, because I've been out there in this what we call the real world of the industry, right? And there's a big difference from the utility side to the contractor side. And I've worked on both. And the utility side, when I was there, did a great job for us as far as getting us the equipment we need, the testing things, that kind of stuff. If it was out there and we needed it, we had some conversations and they would help us find it or get it. The contractor side, I've been involved in situations there where they didn't have the equipment we needed, but expected us to still go out and do the work so they could get paid.
Yeah.
And you go back to that, oh my gosh, we have to guess at how we can figure this out. Or you stand up to them and tell them, I'm not doing that until you get me XYZ. And a lot of times that conversation doesn't go real well either. So I like that the demand's there. The one thing that I think is pretty awesome, and just because over the years it would have saved me so much time, is the secondary fault detector you mentioned, right?
Yeah.
So when I came up in the trade, it was a pitchfork style device. You stick one here, you stick one here, and the needle goes back and forth, and you just kind of keep traveling. We got so many false readings from those.
Right.
And okay, not a big deal, false reading. Yeah, until you dig a 4-foot hole, 4 foot by 4 foot, and get down in there and figure out there's nothing wrong in that spot. And now you've got to do it over and over again. Not only is that hard on the crew physically, it's hard on the crew mentally. They get frustrated.
Yeah, it is.
But the customer that's out of power is frustrated. Now you're digging up their whole backyard, right?
Yeah.
So I think that there's a lot of need for that, and I think that's a pretty awesome device. You guys are developing this stuff. What kind of drives that department? Is it feedback from the customers? Is it just proactively going out and talking to people? Is it all of that?
Yeah, that's a great question, Thomas. And a lot of our tools that we develop, we actually develop on what the customer is asking from us. For instance, we're this close to having our insulator tester developed for the transmission lines. We're this close. We just come out with a de-energized regulator tester. So after a repairs a regulator or before commissioning a new one, you can use this device and make sure that it works in all its steps. We just came out with that one. And so we do a lot of, so another one is really a good one is the is the PD25, PD50 series, our corded true, this is a really good tool, a true RMS digital voltmeter. And it does so many things because it's true RMS voltage. It reads AC and DC voltages, and I actually use it in our safety training because you can use it and show the corona. You can actually measure the potential that's floating in the air around the line worker when they're working safe, what that looks like. And then if they're getting close to that minimum approach distance, or maybe they're short sticking their tool, or maybe they're tool gloving their meter, which you don't do those things. And then we show the voltage on their body. We show the voltage going across their rubber gloves. We show it on their dielectric boots. We show it on their back. Using our tools, what's so cool is they're so accurate. We use our tools for safety training. And that's what's been so neat going around the country and using our tools. In fact, we have this brochure, and if you just open this up, there's bullet points of what each tool does. There's a couple of tools here when we come out next month in January with our new version. I'm actually going to add the bullet point to a couple of our tools, safety training tool, because they are. And because of their accuracy. And it's amazing when the line worker, I teach one class called Your Electric Reality. And I actually use in Your Electric Reality, because it's not a theory. People say it's a theory. It's not. This is how it works. So I use our tools to prove your electric reality and how that electricity works that you can't see. Well, the tools see it. And it's a game changer and a mind blower.
So I can only imagine you being able to see the light bulb come on in these guys' faces whenever you're talking about stuff like corona. When you're, from a lineman perspective, when you're out there and engineers or companies mention corona to you, it's something you can't see.
No.
You are told it's there. Nothing's ever been able to prove to you that it's there unless it bites you.
Right.
So I can only imagine just being able to, like you said, read that, test that, prove to these guys, hey, you're a foot away, but that's still a dangerous spot to be.
Right.
That's why we have minimum approach. That's there for a reason.
Yep.
The other thing that you mentioned in there that I kind of want to touch on real quick too, because I see a lot of guys doing this, especially on the contractor side, putting your rubber gloves and sleeves on and holding these tools in your gloved hand to test with.
Yeah.
And that's a no-no.
No.
Not only is it not safe, does it affect the reading of the equipment?
That's great. So absolutely, Thomas, it does. In fact, we have a lot of safety training videos that you guys could go download this. And I was told that this training is mandatory, but go to episodes ECOS Lineman Safety National Webinar 066 and download that. Just electricculturesafety.com 066. Got to have it. And we get calls. I've gotten calls from lead linemen and operations managers. I've gotten calls from arc flash incidences with a corded tool, wireless tool, and they call me and say, Brent, we're losing confidence in your tool. We had an arc flash. We're getting real weird readings, and we're thinking about going with another manufacturer. True story. I used to hear this, not so much now.
Because it's the tool's fault, they think,
right? It's
right?
the tool's fault.
Yeah.
We had an arc flash because your tool. And it's like, okay, hold on a second. Hang on to the tool. We'll use it for the presentation. I'm going to come out to you guys. We're not going to charge you guys a dime. And I'm going to give you line worker safety tool competence training. And then we're going to use your tool as far as incident prevention. And what we learned in this session, it's about an hour and a half long, give or take. What we learned in this session, I want you to train me. I'm the trainer. I'm going to train the trainer. And then after the session, I want you to tell me what you learned that you should have done differently to prevent that incident, knowing that it'll never, ever happen again now that you got this knowledge. See, it's not learning. It's not learning knowledge that's beneficial, that's powerful. It's actually acting on that knowledge, implementing that knowledge, enabling that knowledge. And when you have it and you enable it, oh, man, your life will turn around. And when you see it, like with our tools, your life will turn around. If it's moist outside, what does that minimum approach distance look like on 7200 when it's real moist outside and you're getting close with your glove? What does that look like? Because your body, it's dirt and water. Your body is from the ground. So you're a living, breathing ground plane. And so that electricity couples capacitively with your body, since you're a ground plane, because that's what electricity does. It got to go back home, got to go back to ground. So what does it look like when it's moist outside? Do we talk about, hey, guys, we're going to be working close to that minimum approach distance today, but, hey, on our job brief, our tailboard, guess what? It's real moist. It's foggy outside. It's real humid outside. We got to work a little matter. We're going to get matter. And instead of being out of the minimum approach distance, now, instead of being 23 inches, we're going to be 36 inches. How's that? Let's round it up. And I tell you what, it is again a game changer, and the hairs on your arm won't stand up so often. Trust me.
Yep.
Amazing.
And I brought that up because I've had the situation where I'm out running crews, and a crew calls me, hey, we're getting weird readings.
Yep.
It's not making sense. What's going on? Well, hang on a minute. Let me come out there, and we'll all get our eyes on it and talk about it, because I'm not the most knowledgeable person in the world. None of us are, right? We all learn stuff from each other. So we go out and come to find out the lineman is holding the tool in his hand and trying to test it. And I'm like, well, hey, it's got an attachment there to put that on a stick. Let's put that on a stick and see what the readings do. Oh, now all of a sudden they change.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's because that's how it's meant.
It's going to be more accurate.
Yeah, it's how it's meant to be used. So I think that's an important thing. There's so much misinformation in society today, whether it's, oh, this guy told me to do it that way to be fine, or, hey, I saw it on social media, this guy did it, it worked out great for him. That doesn't mean that's the way it's supposed to be. So I think that's pretty important to touch on. You guys aren't known for just selling the products. You've mentioned a couple times the training aspect. And the only time I've ever seen that is from your company, in my experiences, right? I've never seen another company go out and give this free training on their tools or whatever tool that utility's using for the safety aspect and just for the education part of it. So I think there's a lot to be said for that, and it's working out really well. I think you're getting a lot of good responses from it, and I think it's making a difference in the industry.
So just to highlight that, so several years ago, about 6 years ago, I came up with Bierer USA, Utility Support Assistance. So this is a 6-leaf pamphlet. There's 6 pages, and this is all about our services. And you can email me, Brent, at beermeters.com. You can email me, and I'll send this out to you here. But this shows you all of our service that we provide for free. This is not about selling nothing. This is about giving back to you all, taking care of you all, and getting you all that knowledge. So this talks about all of our training, our work methods, tool methods meetings that we go to. My brother's going up next week to a large investor-owned utility to their tool methods. We do all this training. We sit on safety meetings. Hey, Brent, we want you to come to our safety meeting. We're going to hold it, and we want you to take notes and tell us what we need to change in our safety meeting. We do things like that. So this talks about all of our services, Bierer USA. Pretty cool.
That is awesome. And throughout that training, a lot of things come out positive of that, right? And one thing we were talking about earlier is the energy wheel, and how when the energy wheel got involved in job briefings and conversations, it made a difference, right? And you guys have a version of that energy wheel, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. How did you guys incorporate that?
So some of these ideas, they just pop in my head. So a couple years ago, doing training, I'm walking through the cubicles, I'm going through the service centers, and I walk by the operating managers and the superintendents and all around the country, and I see different versions of the energy wheel, similar to this. I see different versions of the energy wheel. And so the energy wheel goes back to Mr. William Haddon. He started it about 50 years ago, came up with it. And it talks about 10 elements, 10 energies, 10 powers, sources that can cause harm, like gravity, radiation, electricity, chemical, all these 10 elements that could cause harm. And it's like, man, but we see the same old. So you know how they say you can't reinvent the wheel? So don't believe what people say, okay? Just don't. So what I was shown is that the 11th element, energy, that's been missing for 50 years, literally, is people. That's what's been missing for 50 years. So I added this 11th element, public and employees, right here. And this talks about safety critical elements and the energy wheel reinvented, the check boxes, right? Everybody's got check boxes. So there's check boxes here, but it goes deeper. So like the people on the first side, things that can harm you, accusing, blame, complacency, complaining, defensiveness, dismissiveness, divisiveness, emotions, accusations, insulating, isolation, negativity. These things can harm you on the people side. So we got to make sure that we look at that. So this is a little on the negative side, red, bloodshed, okay? Little on the negative side. But what I was shown is we're going to go to the side 2. This is all positive. Higher consciousness, blue skies. Let's look up. Always be looking up. Don't be looking down at people. Look up at people because everybody is special and everybody is gifted. Everybody is gifted. And what happens is we go over the 10 elements that talks about things that can help you, which is your people. So we'll talk about communication, inclusiveness, participation, investment, leadership, status quo, well-being, learning, attitude, team. And when you get to team, the last thing that we talk about in team, the 10th element equals safety. Not once did we talk about safety on side 2 until the very last word. The reason why is because the very first idea in your head needs to not be safety, needs to be team. And when you form that team, you learn these soft skills. They're very powerful. And then you bring safety and well-being into your culture. Right here. So simple.
That's amazing to me because the energy wheel is something that in our industry people have talked about and heard about for 50 years. And the most important part of that whole equation is the people.
Yeah.
And it was never even involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
So next month we're coming out with a 2.0 version. There's a little editing that I had changed front and back, very little, but there's some highlights that I learned. I asked dozens of people, give me your feedback. Let me know what you see that's wrong with the energy wheel reinvented. Let me know what you see that's right, which we should have those post-job briefings when we're done with the job. What did we do right? What did we do wrong? What can we improve on? And so I did the same thing. What can we do better on this next energy wheel? And they're only $10. It's our cost, okay? So you can order them. The largest municipality in the United States, no names, is using these.
That's awesome.
And one of the very largest investor-owned utilities in the United States is using these now in their construction and transmission departments. And contractors are using these now. And they're amazing, the feedback I get as far as the difference. And basically, when you go to side 2, it literally tells you how to form a team. Yeah. It gives you all the instructions. They're literally right here. Instructions. Operating instructions, how to create a team. It's all done for you. It's so awesome.
I think it's so important because in this industry, we get so complacent in the day-to-day. Oh, we're changing on a pole again. Oh, we're changing on a pole again. We're, whatever the task is. The thing I'm hearing a lot is complacency. We had this accident because people got complacent. This takes some of that complacency away.
Yes.
It's right in front of you. If you use this tool, it can eliminate some of that, oh my gosh, we forgot about that aspect, right? So there's a lot to be said for that. I hope a lot more people adopt that and kind of bring it into their programs because it is important. Why do you think this hands-on approach makes such a big difference in today's industry?
So the hands-on, and when we talk about hands-on, Thomas, I don't want your viewers to be focused on the physical meaning of hands-on. This is really fun. This is really cool. So we have what we call, I developed this a few years ago too. It's called Line Worker Safety Tool Competence Curriculum. It's an all day, and I've had statewide take this, and that you can tailor it, you can customize it, you can receive it, you can change it, or you can use it for yourself, and we never even know about it. Just email me. I'll send it to you. It's a very valuable tool. But how we've designed this is these 4 sessions. The first session, we go over using our tools. We show how to properly use the tools, phasing, voltage detection. We go over incident prevention. We go over incidents. We review incidents. We go over grounding. Why is it so important? What do we need to know about our temporary protective grounds as far as their aspects and their functionality? And we go over the tool functionality, how they work. And we prove it using our tools as safety tools. We prove how electricity flows through them when you're using it right, and how electricity flows through them, even backwards if you're using them wrong. I've had that happen, where the lead lineman was literally on a corner pole, and he was touching 7,200, and the tool was telling him 13,000. But he didn't realize, now this is the lead lineman, he didn't realize that his back, think about it, not his front, his back was too close to the energized lines going behind him at that corner pole, and he was coupling capacitively with the feed on the other side, and that capacitance was flowing through the tool the opposite direction, and he was literally a breathing, living, wireless phasing meter.
Oh, wow.
Using a voltage detector.
Wow.
True story.
That's wild.
And the tool was telling him the truth.
Yeah.
The tool was telling him, hey, bud, you're working unsafe.
Yeah.
The tool is telling him the truth. So that's where session 1 is about. Session 2 is your electric reality. And this is where we talk about leadership communication skills, and it gets into how we connect with one another as far as electrically talking about the verb. When we're working out on the lines, hands-on, that's the noun. But now we're connecting hands-on together, the verb. We don't see it, but you feel it.
For sure.
You feel it. You feel the flame, you see the light, and you're drawn to it. And that's how we connect. So we go over that. And then the third session, we go outside, and we combine sessions 1 and 2 on that substation or at that 3-phase pad mount with some 3-phase overhead next door, some maybe 13.8 or whatever nearby. And we're phasing, and we're looking at voltage, but we're going over the leadership skills. We're going over tailboards. We're going over what do we do right? Oh, did you catch that word? Johnny said, maybe it's good. Well, that's a red flag word. Maybe, that's not how linemen work. Maybe is a cause to pause. And we're gonna actually have a huddle, and we're gonna reshape and re-talk about what's this maybe. Tell us why you feel like that. Why do you feel in your gut that maybe it's okay, maybe it's not then, right?
Exactly.
So and then the fourth session we come back inside, and we talk about the energy wheel, and we re-emphasize everything and combine it, boom. And they get it. Did the Arizona, the generation and transmission about a month or 6 weeks ago. And it was so cool doing that statewide. And it was so cool when we got out to the substation. I didn't even have to do the energy wheel reinvented. But when I got out to the substation, they just did the first 3 sessions. It was so cool seeing the lights go off in these folks. And the wows and the, oh my goodnesses. And you then start using the tools and experimenting. And I call it lineman experiment. You can be scientific linemen. You don't know that. Okay, linemen are very smart, and you can be scientific. You can use our tools and do scientific experiments with electricity. And they were doing that. They were like
That's
all
awesome.
into it.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Well, that opportunity is not there very often because we are so much in the mindset of production,
Yes.
that we forget we need to back up every once in a while and have some of these sessions that are still hands-on.
Hands-on.
But not in the field hands-on in front of the workforce, with the workforce, in a controlled environment where we can get some knowledge from it. I think it also sparks the critical thinking part, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these linemen forget the critical thinking aspect of it and how important that is. Yeah. So I love that mindset that's driven behind that, and I love the message that it carries is awesome. If you had one message that you would want every lineman out there, every utility leader out there to take away from this conversation today, what would that message be?
And I can send this rediscover your superhero, is the society that we live in, the culture we live in, generally speaking, the construct, I call it the social construct that we live in, is designed going back to elementary school, preschool, and your systems, your organizations, is designed under the format, and this is pretty serious, under the format of rules, regulations. Oh, we got to go to school this morning. The bus picks you up. You got to walk uphill. When you come home, you got to walk uphill. Okay? We had it rough, right? Back in the day.
That's it.
But it's designed, we got to be there at a certain time. Oh, we got this class, and we got this class, and you got A's and B's, and hopefully you don't have too many C's. We got to pass. So there's so many rules and regulations that were passed down to us. Like I said, we're forged out of chaos. Mm-hmm. And we carry these things on our mind, and it tends to shut down our critical thinking. By the rules, stop loss, all these things tend to shut down our critical thinking, because if we stand up and have a question, someone yells at us. And Timothy R. Clark's, I really want you guys to get his book, The 4 Stages of Psychological Safety. Got to get his book. But he talks about how when you're yelled at or you're made fun of, what happens is it shuts down that fear factor, shuts down that critical thinking, and it closes you up. It's like a tree. A tree gets hit with maybe a car, or you put your initials, your girlfriend, and you put your initials. Oh, you got married. That's great. You put your initials in a tree, right? Well, what happens, that tree compartmentalizes those cells, and they're dead. And those cells which were alive, now just listen, that were alive, what happens is they die, and they compartmentalize. And that part of the tree is part of the tree, but it's not really part of the tree. Okay? Mm-hmm. So I want you all, man, to stop being afraid and have courage. It takes courage. Being a leader, and all are leaders. It takes courage to be a leader, because I've had people tell me, hey, an idea is a dime a dozen. I've had people tell me, that's not a real, and then years later, you see it implemented. The thing is, when you got a good idea, you folks that are really talented, and all of you are, man, live it. Live it, share it. If you think something on that crew is going to go bad, or the potential for something to go bad, if somebody has attitude on that crew, that should be identified as a hazard. And when you see a hazard, when you're looking at your energy wheel, do you not eliminate it? Do you not mitigate it? Do you not substitute? Hey, try to say sorry. If you yelled at somebody and you made a mistake, or maybe years ago you made a mistake at that apprentice, and he has an attitude against you and you don't like him, maybe you should go to him and say, I'm sorry, for my attitude was wrong back when blah, blah, blah. Watch what happens. Huh? I'm serious. We got to stop being those hardcore manly men, because that's unsafe. And in order to be the proper leader, which we all should be, we've got to have genuineness, authenticity. It's a bigger word I could say. We've got to have humility, and we got to really care for people, even if you're not friends with somebody. Like when you used to play a team sport in high school. Everybody wanted to win that game, even though a couple people on that team you didn't like. Get over yourself, man. And you got to start caring for people, because they have families and friends that deserve them to come home every bit as you all. And that has to trickle from the upper waters to the lower waters, and it has to go from the lower waters to the upper waters. It's the only way it's going to work.
That's so awesome. And I think it gets forgotten a lot. From the CEO to the person digging the ditches, we're all human beings, and we all can be treated that way. And I think it gets forgotten a lot, especially in our industry. So that's great. What kind of upcoming events do you have that you want to put out there? Is there anything coming up that you want people to kind of look out for or tune into?
Well,
you said the new episodes are dropping for the
they're
ECOS.
dropping. Go to there's a ton of resources, not only on ECOS, but go to Bierer Meter's YouTube channel. There are a ton of resources. In fact, we're reformatting that now. But a lot of safety, a lot of short clips, hundreds of videos, and even each short clip, which is about a minute or less long, each short clip, you could actually make those into your next meeting. Just the short clip. Download those. Use them. Use all of our resources. They're all free. There's no charge. Another thing, I would like to see more statewide, more investor owns, and more municipalities, which are multiple states, like the Northwest Public Power Association. We're doing work with the Northeast Public Power Association. But we need you folks to start using us more and more as a third-party person, a third party. And the reason why you need third party, here, this is so important. I highly recommend a third party coming into your organization, because what happens is it opens up more ears than the same old people talking. The same old experience, the same old stories. No, we've got to listen to other experiences, other people. And it takes an investment to bring some of these folks in. I might ask for a hotel room once in a while for some of these statewides, just for fun, just so that we don't need to do that, but I just do, just so they have a little blood in the game. So Bierer doesn't pay for everything, but we obviously arrive and we show up and we do all the training for no cost. But I would like to see more organizations, more service centers. Like there's a large cooperative here, there's a large cooperative here. They have multiple service centers. Municipalities, multiple service centers. IOUs, multiple service centers. And I would like to see more of those operation managers come together as a team. These guys are using this tool. These guys are using a different tool. These guys had an incident, and they're not sharing it with these other service centers. All that's got to stop, man. I want to see folks coming together and utilizing that third party, bringing folks together and practicing. Let's share experiences. Let's share incidences. If we're truly our brother's keeper, right, Thomas?
Yes, for sure.
I don't want to see no dang tattoo on your butt cheek that says, trust me, I don't want to see that, that says you're your brother's keeper. I don't want to see nothing like that. I want to see it in your actions, period. We got to share incidences. We've got to share near misses. We have to share. And yeah, at first you're going to have an uptick. Embrace it. But if you're truly your brother's keeper, I know so many incidences that linemen have come up to me privately and told me that they could not share with their team. Why? Because they didn't have a team. They would have been made fun of. They would have been ridiculed, maybe lose their job. And because they don't have that culture to where they can be a team. I've seen it where they were a team and they shared instances, and it's amazing the feeling you get. That fuzzy hometown feeling, okay? And I've seen it to where everybody, shut up, Brent, don't teach that. Brent, don't talk about this. Literally, I've had these people tell me what not to teach. They get mad at me sometimes. Oh, no, we can't be friends. We can't do the soft skills. No, we don't want to do that. Don't tell them about their temporary protective grounds. No, don't tell them about that. We don't do that here, so we don't want you teaching it here. It's like, well, that's in the regulations, and it's also in the guidelines, ASTM. Why? No, we're not going to do that. Thomas, unbelievable.
Yeah. And I think people, and at no fault of their own, I'm not saying they do it deliberately, but when you're only in your backyard, you only see what's in your backyard. Mm-hmm. So you get these blinders on, like the horse pulling the cart. You can't see anything going on except for what's in front of you. And it is an awesome avenue to be able to use someone like yourself who's been across the country and talk to all these other people. You have so much experience in your tool bag with you that these people need to reach out and bring that into their backyard. Mm-hmm. If they're not going to go outside of the backyard, bring some of that in and have some conversations. Yeah. I think that's a great point. And it's a great opportunity. If you people aren't utilizing some of that, use it. Mm-hmm. It's there. They're doing it for free. They're doing it because they have a passion for the trade and what's going on. The other part about that you mentioned is the conversations around the accidents. Mm. And not even accidents, even the near misses. Yeah. I've been saying for a long time, I wish I could get the traction to make it happen, but I don't feel like we're going to benefit from these situations at all if we can't have conversations around them. And it's unfortunate that these things happen, don't get me wrong. But if we don't ever talk about it, we're never going to learn from it. And I know there's OSHA reports and stuff like that out there, but you know as well as I do, some of that is not the most accurate information either, correct, right? I wish we could have anonymous conversations or anonymous reports where it doesn't matter what utility it was. It doesn't matter where you're at. It matters What was the crew makeup? How much experience was there? What time of day was it? Had they been working a lot of hours? Like, let's get all of those details around these incidents and see if we can get a trend somewhere. Because something's going on to make this one of the most dangerous years in the industry. And we've got to do something different to stop it.
Yeah.
So that's great. As far as people learning more from you guys and about you guys, how do they get in contact with you guys? How do they reach out and find you if they want to have a conversation about you coming and visiting or the ECOS or any of that? What's a good avenue?
So contact customer_service at beermeters.com. Our office number is 803-786-4839. Call. Ask the questions. You can contact me directly if you're looking for safety and training and all that. My brother Joe Bierer, he's doing a lot of that. Again, Ryan Bierer is doing a lot of that, so it's not on all one shoulders, so we're splitting it basically across the country. I highly suggest you to get, one, the Energy Wheel Reinvented. Get our brochure. Our brochure is new as of January 2025. It's interactive. So the brochure has a lot of QR codes, training videos, safety videos, a lot of resource in the brochure. It's not all about our tools. Also, get our Bierer USA pamphlet. We'll send it to you, and it'll give you ideas what you could do for the industry. Also, get our curriculum. Use it. Change it up. Edit it. Do whatever you want to do. We don't ever have to hear from you ever. Knowing that you used it, but not knowing that you used it, I feel great. So there's a lot of really good ideas to do this. I've trained some safety people in the industry, big customers, big utilities, and to where they take our training. This is cool. They take our training, they implement it, and they basically do it on their own without us being there. I see that happening more and more. And it's just so cool. Yeah. And they'll ask questions. Brent, I got to do this. I'm going to start doing this on your tools. I want to start using the PD25 and the VD1000X to see all that potential around. So this is what I'm going to do. And so I give coaching, give tips. And then before you know it, they don't need me no more. And that's good. I don't want people to need me and people need Joe or Ryan. We want them to have those skills. We want them to be mini Bierer meters, and have them go out in the field and do that. And it's a lot of fun because there's only so much of us, right?
For sure,
Thomas.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's it. I appreciate that message. I think it's a great thing. You guys, I support this company and what they're doing 100%. And it's not because of their tooling. Their tools are great. It's because of the culture and the mindset. We share a lot of the same mindsets on things and a lot of the same outlook on things. And I think that's something in this industry that could be used more, is that mindset. You guys not only say you're going to do some stuff, but you put your money where your mouth is and you made the trainings. None of that stuff is free for you guys to do, but you did it out of your pocket to help everybody. So learn from it, use it, go out there and find this stuff. They're doing it to help you and to help the industry as a whole. And I think you guys do great things. One of my mottos is let's talk about it, because that's what we do on the podcast, right? And you guys are doing it. You're going out there and you're talking about it, and I love that. So I appreciate your time today. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming here, man.
Yeah, we'll do it again soon.
Yeah, thank you.
That's it for today's episode of Power Grid Talks, from the bucket trucks to the boardrooms. I'm your host, Tom Williamson. I want to thank you for joining me as we talk to the people behind the scenes who keep our grid strong. If you enjoyed this conversation, be sure to hit that subscribe button, give it a share, and leave a review so we can keep bringing more voices from across the utility world to the conversation table. You can also find us at PowerGridTalks.com. Until next time, stay safe and keep the power flowing.